Uh-oh, she's done it now.
I am leaving my job to make YouTube videos. So I decided after 23 years with a school board and around 6 years of social work previous to that it was time for me to leave what I know and what my safety zone and comfort zone is to take on YouTube full-time and enjoy life at its fullest. Well, it's official.
Yes, our worlds have collided. Our will to travel and cruise the world is colliding with our jobs, so something had to give.
So this was a decoration that at a party I was just at this week, my staff at my school threw a surprise retirement party for me. So I am officially leaving my day job to be full-time into YouTube. Well, I'll still be making my morning coffee, but instead of having to get into that car to go down the highway, I'll have a much quicker commute, just walking down to our new created office.
So you might think we're nuts, so you might think Mrs. Canuck is nuts, but we've run out of time.
We have.
We really are. All of our spare time outside of our day jobs has become answering questions on YouTube, making Instagram posts, editing videos from cruises we come back, planning the next cruise video.
Yes.
And we're not complaining. We love all that.
Love it.
We loved it so much that something had to give.
So my chapter of working in a school system for the last 23 years is coming to an end. Making this change will improve our ability to travel, just mainly for logistics to start off with. Working in a school system, you can only be off when school is not in session. And so that has limited the adventures that we have wanted to take together in our life together. So, doing trips that we couldn't do because they happened in the fall or the spring or in the winter months when I was in a classroom. So being able to have that flexibility in our life is going to give us benefits and freedom that we haven't ever experienced before.
School holidays, that's the only time we could ever travel.
And unfortunately for us, when I'm off in the summer and school holidays is definitely the busiest season in Mr. Canuck's real job that pays. So we struggled with it. We were very fortunate that Mr. Canuck works for an organization that was very flexible and allowed a little more travel time and freedom to work around my school schedule. We are now on the hunt for some cruise deals.
We are finding them. We've already started planning moving forward, and probably the first thing that motivated us was, of all things, it was quite a while ago, we decided to go on a group cruise. We made a commitment to go on a group cruise when technically Mrs. Canuck could not get the time off to go on the group cruise.
No way I would have been allowed to go. So we knew when everybody was pressuring us to do a group cruise and they wanted us to pick a date at some point in the winter months that, well, we need to reevaluate what's going on in our personal life, because how will we do a 10-day Caribbean cruise in February with me working in a school system? I would never describe myself as a big risk taker. I'm probably someone that, likes to have a plan and sticks to a plan. So this is definitely stepping out of any comfort zone that I've ever had. But we started doing YouTube. And it was out of my comfort zone from the get-go, and yet it just proved to be wonderful and something I love. And so that gives me the excitement to want to see how I can have this next chapter grow and change and evolve, and what more gifts it's going to bring to our life.
And we filled our cruise schedule. We've got the stop. You notice that I'm hesitating calling it retirement because in my world, as I head off to my day job, Mrs. Canuck is, Instagram posts. She's, working on the next video that we're going to be filming. She is booking the next cruise. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there'll be retirement will look different. So this feels like it's coming all together for all the right reasons. We've always had a vision of what our life was going to be like and what it was going to be like in at different stages and what was going to happen. And this feels like the natural next step We had pictured a retirement where we would travel lots. We feel like we're getting that. We're getting that a little earlier because of what we're doing on YouTube, which is really exciting. And I think that Jill deserves this. So she's worked hard her whole life. She's dealt with pain.
The last few years, I've been dealing with some minor medical issues. I have something called trigeminal neuralgia that can be debilitating at times. And so if you've watched some of our vlogs, then there's been days where you see us get off the ship and think, wow, they didn't do much in that port. They just got back on the ship. Well, that's probably because I was dealing with some pain that day. But I don't want that to stop me. And so making this change in our life right now and traveling while we're healthy enough to enjoy it and to experience the world, this is having been given this diagnosis that I've been living with the last 5 years, has just sort of pushed us to sort of explore the world and see it and not put things off in life. And we never know. We're not guaranteed how many days we have left on this world, but I just want to see the most of the world while we can enjoy it and be happy with the life that we have.
Yeah, we had a lot of plans about how our life would evolve as we get towards the end of our work careers. And definitely this was part of the plan, that we would free up time by being able to travel at less expensive times. And then we started doing YouTube, and we never started YouTube with the intention of this is going to be our new retirement plan. It was like, we're going to do this. We'll have a record of all our vacations so we can look back, our children, our family can look back and see us on holidays, when we're younger. And then, for some reason, and we love it, all of you started watching.
Thank you.
And that kind of opened up this world of, we can actually do this. Maybe we make a couple dollars from YouTube that we can pay for some better camera gear. We've done that with some of our 360 camera, things like that. Yeah, the financial side is a little bit scary. Definitely with the little bit that we've been able to make from publishing YouTube videos, doesn't come close to covering our travel. And you'll see that in another video that we have out of how much we made in our first year. But, every little bit helps.
For sure. And I mean, the support that we've received from the followers and people that watch has just been amazing. The kind comments, people subscribing, all of that makes a difference. Some people have given gifts of super cash on lives that have helped us do excursions, stuff like that. So the support and the welcomeness and the love that we have felt from the YouTube followers and community has just made this decision easier for us and sort of said, okay, it's okay to try this.
So it's opened up doors that we've never thought that we'd have available to us.
For sure.
And so that's why this decision happened earlier in our life than we expected.
Yeah.
Mrs. Canuck, Jill, leaving her job to go to do the unknown of YouTube is both terrifying and exciting. I think it's exciting because we're going to have a chance to grow the channel and travel more on our own terms. Two things we want to do. We're kind of at the limit of, we've maxed out our holiday time to cruise as much as we can, and we've maxed out our personal time to be able to make the YouTube channel grow. And this will give us a whole new world that we can add more time and more resources, and it's going to be exciting that way. It's terrifying because as a family, it's my income and whatever we can find in the YouTube world for an income. So yeah, do you think your days are going to be busier or less busy from a school full of children versus Mr. Canuck running around wanting to film videos?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a huge change. I'm used to having a very busy day from the time I get into the school building till the time I leave. I am usually putting out a whole lot of little different things and dealing with stuff all day long, and I run around furiously in the school on a regular basis. So being home all day will be a definite switch into what I'm used to. So what does the typical day look like in my future? I'm really pretty unsure about right now. I hope, and the goal and the main reason why I'm doing this is that Jerry, Mr. Canuck, has taken on so much of this business and has brought it so far, but he's so busy, and I feel like it's time for me to sort of step up to the plate and help out as much as I can. The fear of that is that I'm not as strong on computers and technology as he is, and so I'm going to have a huge learning curve. So the first few months will definitely be me doing a lot of online learning and tutorials, and probably a lot of asking our kids and Mr. Canuck how to do this or how to solve that problem. I look forward to sort of having the freedom to be a little more engaged with our followers that are reaching out on a regular basis. And often I'm at work too busy to respond to requests or comments that people are making. So being able to have the flexibility to be free to put more of my effort and time into the business and the growing channel and the community of cruisers I'm looking forward to that part. And I don't know, I'm a little intimidated and a little bit afraid of that change, to be quite honest with you. I'm looking forward to it. I want to learn a new skill set, because definitely working in the computer side of this social media thing is not my strong suit. In all of our traveling experiences, it's only brought us closer together. And so I hope me having the flexibility and to be able to travel and do what we want to do will just grow our personal relationship, along with now our public business relationship.
Yeah, I don't think we would ever be the type of people, because we've been very cautious in our own life when it comes to finances and stability.
Yeah.
That I don't think we'd ever say, you know what, do what you love. If you don't like your job, quit it and do YouTube. We did. I don't think we're saying that at all.
Well, and it's coming together at the right chapter of our life. We're empty nest children, family now. We have no children living at home. They all are successfully homeowners and looking after their own lives. And, and we're at that stage in life where we don't have the expenses that we had a decade ago. So it's easier for us to make this transition right now because of the stage of life that we are currently in.
Yeah, without a doubt. And so, how do you measure success with this? Is it going to be more YouTube views? Is it going to be more travel? Will it be not having to go to work every day and manage your time?
I think it'll be a little bit of all of that, to be quite honest. I will feel like this isn't successful if the channel doesn't grow, that we took a huge risk for possibly not the right reasons. So I do hope the channel grows, but I also feel like as long as we grow as a couple and we enjoy our life, then it's been a success also.
Yep.
So there's multiple levels of that, layers of that, having the freedom of me not having the job that kept us so tight on when we could leave our community or when we can do things in life, not only for our own personal life with travel, but with, being able to see our family and friends and all of that. So I'm looking forward to what our world looks like for us at this next stage of life. Yeah,
I think happiness will be the measure of our success. That even if the channel doesn't grow any more than what it is now, and we can still travel, and we can still see the world, and we can do it on our own terms and do as much of it as we can, while still being stable and be here for our own family and make sure that our world at home has a solid foundation so we can launch off into the world.
Yeah.
That will be success, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't want to feel like, I debated back and forth whether this was the time to retire from this career that I've had for the last, many decades. And I thought, I don't want to ever feel like I should have tried, and I was too afraid to try. So I am definitely going outside my comfort zone, just like I went outside our comfort zone when I first allowed you to start turning the camera on at me. The idea of me in a bathing suit on a pool deck on a cruise ship with him filming me was like something that was not something I was comfortable for or looked forward to at all. I'm not that person. I never want to be that person. I mean, prior to us starting this business, I didn't even have a Facebook page. So I'm generally, I would say, private, outgoing, but private in that sense of it. So I've been so far out of my comfort zone since we started this YouTube channel that I thought, well, we might as well just keep on going and see where this adventure takes us.
Wish that I could find the words to describe you now, as I'm lying next to you and the world goes quiet. Wish that I could make you see
It's special.
how you fit me perfectly and I fall
Very good.
for
tacos, I
you.
think, ever. Chicken tacos were phenomenal.
We've been through it all. You're the one who understands.
Volcanic Islands. Okay. Our first deck at the Sky Bar.
Cheers.
Amber Cove. Love you.
In a world where hope grows thin, you've completed me. And the story left within tells me how to breathe. Wish that I could make you see how you fit me perfectly. And I
Where else are you gonna get that view behind us when we're
fall
logging?
for you again.
That.
It is beautiful here.
Beautiful.
Been through it
So,
all.
sure.
You're the one who understands.